Hi friends, I'm Natalia Drozhin with Mom's Dish. We are making a yummy tuna salad. It's easy on your waistline. You're gonna love this recipe. So simple, delicious. Let's just make it. Okay, let's talk about the tuna for this salad. I usually get mine at Costco. I feel like they have the best value and a really good quality tuna that we always use. I love it a lot. We have literally that cabinet down there has a stash of them and my boys love it. So we're gonna dump this in and I drained water out of it and I'm gonna break it apart in this bowl right here with just a fork. Or another easy way, hold on. Another easy way is using gloves. That way you can just break it up with your hands. You can do that too. So let me do that. It's gonna be quicker. You can break it up better. I get these gloves at Amazon. Like I have a backup of them. I have so many packs in my overflow closet because it's just so great to have them on hand. Feel like we have good texture here. For the tuna, there's no big lumps and a little bit of pieces is good. For the veggies, here's what I have. 2 stacks of celery. Personally, I'm not a fan of celery, but Tim loves it and this salad is his favorite. So I'm adding it in. I don't mind it in the small portions, but this is probably my least favorite veggie. If you are like me, skip this. But I know Tim will like devour this salad, so I'm just gonna make it the way he likes it. So we're just gonna, Tim is the cameraman. He's also my husband. If you met him, he's probably, or if you haven't met him, he's gonna show up in a little bit. He's gonna be here for the taste test. Cameraman, you wanna say hello? Busy cameraman. Okay, we're just chopping this up into small little pieces. I'm gonna run again one more time so the pieces are all pretty small. I don't want those giant pieces. This is mainly me chopping it up for myself because I want as small as possible for celery because, like I said, not my favorite vegetable, but I can live with it. I do think that it adds nice crunch to this salad. If you decide not to use celery, maybe replace it with a cucumber. I think that would be a good replacement. But cameraman said, yeah, just approved it. You wanna come say hi? Since we've been referencing you so much, they're gonna, or wait till the end for suspense to see the cameraman. Huh? And okay, he's waiting till the end, so stay till the end. Okay, I love using this little scoop thing. Gosh, I don't know the word for it today. But basically what I do is I scoop it all up together. We're gonna dump this in. Okay. Our station is clean and 3 scoops, pretty easy. You also need pickles for the salad. Well, guess what? I don't have any pickles, but I have this pickled English. What are they called?
Pickled pickles.
They're not pickled pickles. They're called, hold on. Okay, they're called pickled chips. I have pickled chips because we had a burger night, so I had some. So I'm gonna slice this up, but you can use pickles, whatever you have. I am using the kosher dill pickles, or pickle chips at this point. Why does pickles like this have to be called chips? But I guess they are in a chips format. If you have any pickle juice, you can just dump that in. It adds extra flavor. And then we're gonna scoop this in as well in here. So the sizes were about the same as the celery pieces as well. We also need a little bit of purple onion. This onion is massive. I say about 1/3 of the cup, and I will list all the measurements down below. That way you can see what we're doing as far as measurements. But you can easily adapt it to your liking. So I'm gonna cut this into tiny, tiny little pieces. I don't want the flavors to be very strong. I want them to be very mild and very small. And the trick, well, I don't know if this works for every time, but it works majority of the time. If you don't wanna cry from the onion, I keep it all in the fridge. All of my onion is in the fridge. I don't think it helps fully, but it does help a little bit. We learned this from a chef in Paris that there is some kind of chemical reaction when you cut into an onion. I might be saying this incorrectly, but basically what it does, it looks for moisture. Is that what it was? Do you remember exactly? Cameraman, you were there too? Okay, so basically, if it's cold, it doesn't produce that reaction as fast. So he said you can even pop it in a freezer right before you cut it for a little bit. Okay, now I'm starting to cry. So much for not having to cry. The onion. Okay, we're dumping this in. All of your chopping is done. Now we're going to the good part. We're adding some Dijon mustard. It's about a tablespoon. And then for the dressing, or like for the creaminess, I am using some Greek yogurt. There's a third of the cup. And then 1/4 of a cup of mayo. It adds a good creaminess, great flavor. The combination of two is amazing. And then freshly ground black pepper. And we need some salt. Just mix it all up. It's gonna be nice and creamy. And we're almost ready to begin. Let me show you how we like to serve it once this comes together. To make this lighter on your waistline, I love using this butter lettuce. I can't speak. I think it's also called live lettuce. You can see the bottom of it still has a root. I'm actually gonna cut this off and I'm gonna attempt replanting it in my garden, see what happens. If you want to use Butter Pockets, you can use that too. I think this is like a great way to grab it and handle it. You can use some bread if you want to. I just love this because I think it's so yummy and so fresh, and love the crunch of the lettuce. So let's do this. We are gonna scoop some in, and we make like little lettuce belts. Just do a handful or a scoopful in the center, and this kind of becomes like a taco almost. I'm gonna make a few, and then I think the cameraman will appear here because he's here for the right reasons. We have a confession to make. Cameraman, here, come here, we have a confession to make. Okay, the confession is this. We filmed this recipe before, and Tim was telling me for a few days in a row after the recipe, he's like, you should make this as a meal prep. Very often, we should have it at our fridge at all times. And then when we got to the audio of this video that we filmed, it was missing. So I have a feeling the cameraman had something to do with it. He wanted us to refilm it.
I didn't have the audio. I mean, that is the truth. Okay.
But we're gonna taste test this. We have, I mean, it's a staple in our family. We love it.
About this, no, this is good. Oh, and speaking of the celery, it is a must. I think celery makes it so good.
It's epic. It's crunchy. It's flavorful. And if you're like me, you can replace celery.
You still like the celery.
A little bit.
I just love how it complements like the tuna.
I think it does. I actually think it does in here. Celery is not my favorite vegetable. But all of the other flavors, the texture, the creaminess, the crunchiness, the freshness, it's so good. I do think inside this lettuce, it's really good too, because it's better than bread. It gives you more texture.
Yeah. And I mean, like the tuna itself is like almost that dull flavor. So the fact that you have so many strong flavors like the onion, fresh onion, and then celery, and then whatever you have, the chips, the pickle chips, it just elevates it to the next level.
Okay, I mean, according to Tim, this is the epic salad that you should keep in your fridge. And we'll see you again next time. Looks like somebody needs a napkin. Bye, guys.